prison population and a decades-old consent decree are making the construction of a new prison facility a growing necessity, but finding the funding to build it is the biggest challenge. Police Captain Mark Charfus believes he's found some solutions to that. Charfus has been detailed to the corrections for the last few months with the specific task of drafting legislation to build a new prison complete with funding sources to make it a $50 million reality. For decades, the department has been under a consent decree requiring DepCorp to upgrade its facility. Charfus says the Manila prison was only designed to house 200 inmates, but the current population is close to 600. Overcrowding, especially at the Hagani detention facility that houses local and federal detainees, has become an almost daily problem, resulting in detainees having to be moved up to the Manila compound.
There are many problems with that kind of movement. However, we have no choice because of this. We already have several stakeholders that have been given copies of the draft legislation. It has its own funding source that's in there. It will not tap any existing legislation any existing funding source that's out there currently.
Charfus says the legislation he drafted identifies new funding sources. Although he doesn't name them specifically, he says the new prison would come with a $50 million price tag and would not tap into the general fund.
This is a highly secured facility. We also have to consider that we have 20 inmates or prisoners that are currently being housed off island. The problem that we're receiving right now is that our prisoners off island are becoming very difficult to handle. Meaning there are state prisons, high security prisons that are saying that one prisoners are a problem.
Charfus says the department intends to bring stakeholders to the table before the legislation goes to lawmakers to fix any concerns before it goes up for a public hearing. Charfus, in the meantime, has been given another task identifying federal grants that are available for the Department of Corrections and drafting an apprenticeship program for corrections officers.